If you've spent the last 3 weeks or so feeling mentally scrambled, misunderstood, or just plain indecisive, well, the relief is very near. That's because Mercury, the planet that rules the mind, is turning direct on March 9th. After having gone through another one of its retrograde phases. So for silly reasons or for no reasons at all, you may feel very irked, frustrated, or probably just finding yourself getting into an argument which actually is of no utility or which has no base. So now when the relief is near, wait for March 9th, and you must understand that when Mercury is not operating smoothly, there can be plenty of mishaps related to anything ruled by Mercury, whether it is your communication, your transportation, or even your commerce and business. Now that Mercury has stationed direct, it will need a few days to regulate its orbit, and then you will be good to go. Any delay, frustration, or confusion surrounding this planet Mercury ruled matters will soon find its resolution. So what does it mean when Mercury goes direct? A planet changing motion is a potent phenomenon. Remember, Mercury has been out of its usual forward orbit for 3 weeks, so turning direct again will not be as easy as declaring on your mark, get set, and go. And watching the Mercury zoom out, you will actually feel a sense of relief, if only it were that simple. So it takes time. Patience is required, a little bit of more patience. What really happens when a planet moves from retrograde to direct motion is more akin to waking up from a very deep slumber. Mercury will need time to drink some cosmic coffee and fully regain its consciousness. So use the clarity of Mercury direct to your advantage by getting the answers you need to know now. Once it is full speed ahead, it will not be until Mercury reaches the degree where it's originally turned retrograde and then passes it that you'll know Mercury truly has its full strength back. That tends to take a couple of weeks, but don't stress. This time frame is nothing at all like the Mercury retrograde cycle. In fact, now you'll be ready to apply whatever it is you've learned during the retrograde period into your current reality. It only takes a few days of Mercury being back on track for you to notice the difference. From here on, the planet will get stronger every day. That is from March 9th onwards. What's interesting is that while Mercury will need time to regulate its orbit, the very day of its stationing direct can be a very potent time. It's like Mercury will be jolted awake for a short time. If you actually recollect how the elders scream at you to wake up or you'll be late for school. The same thing applies now. During this day or even the next, it is likely you'll experience incredible clarity about whatever issues you've been grappling with during the Mercury retrograde. Be patient. Patience is required. It will just take a little more time before you're ready to execute your newfound lucidity with success. In the meantime, now that Mercury is direct, over the next few days, you are free, you're liberated to sign contracts, schedule the vital meetings, have a significant conversation with your loved ones, and make important decisions or even the important purchases that you've been wanting to make. The gifts of Mercury are objectivity, intellect, and adaptability, which is where we can learn a great deal about this planet. We can start by becoming better observers of ourselves. Introspection, that's what we say. During the retrogrades, introspection. During the direct, the introspection which we have done, whichever places we want to rectify, we can manifest it. So judgment of any kind, positive or negative, gets in the way of this clarity. Whether you do something stupid or brilliant, generous, or selfish, it's best to see the behavior without immediately describing it as good or bad. So don't be opinionated. You need to observe, you need to absorb, and then you need to equate. Of course, it's natural to comment on our mistakes, for example, but simply delaying the process creates a neutral space that enables Mercury's intelligence to emerge. Taking deep breaths or taking one deep breath before falling into self-blame is an excellent way to break the emotional habits that clutter our mind. Because all decisions are taken emotionally. Knowing that what is your level of emotions and allowing the Mercury's intelligence to emerge, you will be able to actually develop a good confidence and not get into this self-blame or not get into guilt trips, especially when the decisions that you have taken them because you feel that they are correct for you. It doesn't matter whether it's right for anybody else or not. So it is a thing that you do right to keep your peace of mind. It will also enhance your abilities to listen and speak, making you a more skillful communicator. Remember that all of the planets belong to us and are available to human consciousness when we open up and meet them in their natural state. When we do this with Mercury, work and personal limits wither away, leaving us smarter and saner than ever before. So now, in my next video, I'm going to tell you what Mercury direct means when it is in Aries. Meanwhile, you need to understand what your Mercury is doing to you, where is your Mercury in the natal chart, where is the Mercury transiting, which house it is transiting, and then work accordingly. Taking these cues will actually make your life much simpler and happier.